Friday. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Today I've got Rachel Best from FYI Play It Safe. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Lynn. Thank you for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure. So today what we're going to be talking about is online safety for kids. And this is a topic that is really pertinent to me right now because up until now, my kids, they've been online. We've got a smart TV. They sometimes play games on my phone and they use my laptop and they use my husband's laptop. However, they don't have their own devices and they don't have free reign. And this year, my dad phoned me to say he's upgrading his phone. He has a spare phone for one of my kids. And I'm upgrading my phone in April. So I have two phones, two children, and I'm honestly scared. So we're going to give them each a phone, but it's going to be their phone, but it's not going to be free for all. So, Rachel, maybe just tell us just a little bit about what FYI Play It Safe does.
So yeah, it's a good question, Lynn. I must say, online world is not for sissies. I when I started thinking about giving my daughter a phone, that's actually when all this research started and FYI Play It Safe was born. So FYI Play It Safe was developed because technology changes every single day. We get new apps launched every single day, and our children get smarter and smarter by the day. So parental controls and those sorts of things are just not enough anymore. So what FYI Play It Safe does is it's not a parental control app, but it runs in the background on your child's device and it monitors what they're actually doing on their phone. So it literally tracks every single Google search they do, whether they're playing a game and they're in an in-game chat, or whether they're WhatsApp just sending you messages. So it tracks what they do on the phone, and then it alerts the parent if there's anything you have to worry about. So what we monitor for are things like cyberbullying, depression, self-harm, suicidal ideation, when they're talking to potential online predators, or when they engage in adult content such as sexting, pornography, or any drug type of related activities.
Okay, fantastic. That sounds absolutely amazing. So I'm just going to put up my little ticker. I forgot to put that up. So join in the discussion in the comments and you could win a 1 year, it's a family subscription, right?
Correct.
A 1 year family subscription. I forgot to check that with you before I push the live button. So it's a 1 year family subscription to FYI Play It Safe. So jump into the comments. And I also have my little banner over here. So my next question is Google Family Link is something that you mentioned to me in private. So Google Family Link, that's actually a control app. So that's completely different to what you offer.
Correct. So what I use on my daughter's phone, if we can make this very practical. So I use Google Family Link on her phone. That gives me her actual location of where she is. It's a completely free app, which is also great, So it's I can track her location on that. I can set her screen time when she has to, when her phone is completely locked out for bedtime, for example. I can set any screen time, such as, a couple of hours per type of application. And I can set specific age restrictions on apps. So it tries to filter out all the harmful content, adult type of content, and all of that. So that's what I use Google Family Link for. And then I use that in conjunction with FYI Play It Safe. Now, the reason for FYI Play It Safe, or can I say almost the founding statement of FYI Play It Safe, is protect them, but respect them. So you can't say it's not spyware. You can't see exactly what they're doing online and read all their messages. Because, we believe kids need to be able to be naughty as well. If they're bunking school and they spend time with their friends and they flirt a little bit with a boy, then, they also need that type of privacy as they're growing up. But we need to make sure that they're safe. And that's where this comes in.
Okay, 100%. So Okay, so I'm liking the Google Family link because like I say, I haven't used it before. I haven't used anything because they don't have their own devices. So I like you can I am paying attention. If I look like I'm gazing off, I'm actually making notes for myself because I'm learning all the time. Yeah, and then locking the screen time. So once I've got the Google link, I don't actually have to say to them, it's time to get off your phone. It just goes, boop.
Correct. And what's even better is if they're in their rooms and you've spoken twice and they're not listening, you can literally just lock the phone from your device, you know? So it's as easy as saying, listen, I've spoken once, I've spoken twice, and Bob's your uncle, it locks it out. So yeah, that is exactly what Google Family Link is for.
Okay, fantastic. Because my daughter said to me that she wants to know, like, can she charge her phone in her own room? And I'm like, so you're going to have it all night, wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and play games? Like, that doesn't work for me. So this is going to give them kind of independence, but not too much independence. It's going to keep the control with us.
Absolutely, and you know what I like about so you know what I like about Family Link is if you said that bedtime is between, or offline time is between 8 o'clock and 6 or 7 o'clock, they literally can't even go into their phones to set their alarm. That phone is locked. It's as good as dead. I do, you know, some principles for me also that one need to think about here is healthy screen habits, right? So not only do we want to make sure that they're safer online, but it's also that they're getting the family time they need, you know, that they're getting the social interaction they need. So I always go by the principle that no phone in room, you know, after a specific point in time, and typically that's like 7 or 8 o'clock. So that blue light is in any way is not good for them, right, before they go to bed. So we've got a charging station in the lounge where all devices go in the lounge to charge overnight. And if you need to wake up early, then you've got your alarm clock, you know, next to your bed that shows the time, and that will wake you up in the morning. Just something else that you said, Lynn, that's interesting. So I've got an arrangement with my daughter's 15 years old, and we've got the arrangement that, you know, all the devices in the house are my devices, but they can borrow it. You know, so it's my device, my rules. So if I say you've borrowed it long enough for today, then that's it. You know, so obviously as they grow older, it starts to become a bit more difficult, like with my 15-year-old. But there's also that thing that comes in with, you know, it's my device, and therefore there are specific rules and there are specific controls that go onto that device.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just quickly going to go. I've got a lot of comments coming in. I'm going to go check them out soon for some questions. I'm just going to pop in your link to FYI Play It Safe. So if anybody wants to go check out your website, they can just go and click on that link over there. And then another link I'm going to put in. I published a press release for Rachel, I think it was a few days ago, on my website. So I'm just going to whack that in as well if you ladies want to go watch it on my, read it on my website. And dads, if there's any dads, sorry, I don't mean to not include you guys. So what I'd like to know about FYI. So you said that it's going to monitor stuff and alert the parent when certain activities happen. Is that all programmed in already, or do I need to go and set specific things? I mean, everybody thinks I'm such a tech whiz because I work online, and it's honestly not that. I have something that really works in my favor. I wouldn't even call it determination. I'd call it pure stubbornness. If I can't get something to work, I sit up the whole night and I go at it. Until I can figure it out. And sometimes it takes me a really, really long time. And like you said, my kids are more intelligent than me when it comes to online stuff. So how is this going to, I mean, is it user-friendly? Am I going to be able to figure it out?
It is, you know, Lynn, it is so easy. And I think that's part of what we tried to build in was, you know, you don't have to switch it on or off for specific apps. By default, it monitors everything on your child's device. You don't have to know what their social media account user IDs and passwords are, their email passwords, nothing like that. You have to know. So it's really as easy as you download the app from our website, you create an account by using, you only need your name, surname, and email address, create a password, you download the apps, you install it on your child device, and then you go through like a 3-step process to bind the child device to the parent device. And as soon as that is done, when you open the app and you log in with your user details, you then go and you immediately see the dashboard. So the dashboard gives you an overview of your child's activity, and to the right of the screen, you can see, how many alerts you have. You click on the alert, and it shows you a screenshot of what happened on your child's device, and you can then decide whether this is something that you would like to investigate a bit further, or whether it's something that you're actually quite comfortable with. So something typically what the children don't like is we also monitor for profanity. So profanity will also trigger an alert, and you can imagine, as children grow older, that's the one they actually don't like too much. But yeah, it monitors every single app, and it's extremely easy to use.
Okay, fantastic. So basically, if I use Google Family Link in conjunction with FYI, I can have peace of mind. And I mean, using those two, is there anything else that I will need to be aware of or check up on?
So, the way I run it on my daughter's phone, no, absolutely not. You can never be too sure. So, for example, Google Family Link, you still have to go in and configure, what your child will have access to. So I configured, she's 15. I said, everything up to 14 years of age, she can have access to, next birthday, it will be 16. You can say, whether you want to approve every single app they download, or whether it's only paid apps, or whether you only want to be notified. So all of that is in your control. But those are the two apps for me that works wonders. So the one app says, I'm trying to control what she has access to, and that she doesn't have access to inappropriate content. But to give you an example, even if we block TikTok, so even if she doesn't have access to TikTok, whenever a friend sends her a link to TikTok, she still has access to that, because none of the parental control software actually detects that. But what we've got built in now is, if there's any inappropriate content then that she is being exposed to on TikTok, we'll show you that inappropriate content.
Fantastic. Okay, I absolutely love it. I just want to see if there's anything else I wanted to look at. Okay, so let's go into the questions. Before we get into the questions, I just want to let everybody know, I don't know if anybody saw on my website, late yesterday, I published a post regarding the mental health film Connecting the Dots, that FYI, Play It Safe is screening. So you can go check that out on my blog. And if you want to buy tickets, here is the link to buy tickets. Do you just want to tell us a little bit about the film?
Yes, I'm so excited. So we've signed an agreement with she's an award-winning film producer, Naomi Weiss, and they made a film called Connecting the Dots, and it's a global conversation about youth mental health. I'm actually getting goosebumps as I'm talking about this. So there's also a link to the trailer in that that they'll be able to view. It's in the article that you published on your blog, and it's really about how children and teenagers are experiencing, growing up in this world and being able to talk about their mental health. And 3 quotes that struck me. The one was a boy, I think he's about 14 years old, and he said, it took him 5 years to speak out about his mental health, and if only he knew it wasn't that hard. The second was a girl that said, she was going into such a downward spiral that she spent more and more and more time online in her room because the people that she was chatting to understood her better than the people in her house. And that to me is the perfect grooming situation. It's the perfect grooming situation. And then the other little girl who said, we were talking about dreams in class, and instead of talking about my dreams, I actually thought I wouldn't be alive after school. So just that suicidal ideation that this child had. So we're screening this film. Obviously, that is what FYI Play It Safe is about as well. It's about alerting parents if there's anything in their child's online activity that can signal to you that, listen, you have to intervene, you have to have a conversation. So we're screening that film on the 22nd of February for the first time in South Africa. It will be here at the Labia Theatre in Cape Town, but we're also doing online screening. So if you want us to host an online screening of this film, please just let us know, and very willing to, or at your child's school or organization or church or wherever.
Fantastic. I actually recently wrote a post on teen mental health. My daughter's 10, so I don't have I don't have too much experience with my own children, but being a recovering alcoholic and addict with bipolar disorder, I have plenty of personal experience from my own teen years. And, researching stuff for this article was very interesting. Apparently, most mental health disorders start around the age of 14 years old. And most of it is undiagnosed. And I think, having this knowledge and knowing what to look out for is going to be absolutely essential as parents. And then the other thing I read was that because the teenage years are when you, I can't remember how it was phrased. I always get a blank. I don't know if anybody read my article. Help. But it's something like, these are the years that kind of form the foundation moving into adulthood, and how you are, your emotions, the way that you perceive things, and your mental health. And it's a generational thing. So apparently your mental health in your teens will affect your children's mental health. So it affects the next generation. And this was quite a bit of a shocker for me. But thankfully from my side, I've done a lot of therapy. I spent a full year in rehab. I was pretty messed up. But it took me 15 years in addiction and kind of going through this destructive cycle until at the age of 29, I could actually get myself right. So I've actually spent more time in active addiction than I have in sobriety after that. It's 13 and a half years. So
sure.
Very soon I'm going to move past that point. I spent 14, up until the age of 14, not exactly mentally healthy, but from 14 to 29, a complete mess. But, if we can manage the teen years appropriately and we can address our children's mental health, it can make a huge difference. So, for example, most people in their 20s are starting their new job, they're getting their studies done, they're building a life for themselves, Correct. They're often getting married, they're having children, buying their first house. I mean, I just spent mine shoving stuff up my nose, drinking myself into a stupor, vomiting all over the place, getting evicted, getting fired. So those were my years where I was supposed to be building my life. But if we can help our children in the teenagers with their mental health and get them a really sturdy foundation, it can make such a difference in your child's life. So I think that film is going to be fantastic for parents to watch.
Yeah, please join in. And as I said, if you're interested in an online screening, very happy to do an online screening of the film, or at any of your children's schools, churches, whatever, organizations. We're bringing it to South Africa, and we believe every teen, everyone actually over the age of 12, every parent should see this.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. I'm going to look forward to it. So we've got Melanie asking here, so we cannot actually see what they are doing online. I'm assuming she's referring to the FYI app.
Correct. So it's not spyware, and that is so important. Our children don't like us if we put spyware on their phones, because there's that trust relationship that gets broken. So we believe that trust relationship is So important for our children growing up. So no, you can't see exactly what they're doing online, but if there's something to be concerned about, you'll be able to see that.
Yeah. So you said you'll get a screenshot of that specific thing that
Correct.
triggered the alert.
Correct.
Awesome. So we've got Melanie. She uses Family Link to monitor her son's online activities. Stunning. And she has to authorize the apps that he wants to download. Yes. And I mean, from my side,
Correct.
with my, especially with my son, I did have an old phone that I let them use just for games, and I monitored it very closely. But I mean, talk about killing a phone. I mean, he just downloaded, I think, 30 games, and he's sitting there and he's downloading. And I'm like, why don't you download a game, play it? But he's sitting there, like, for him, the kick was like, how many games can I put on? It's like, you're going to kill it.
Yeah.
Okay. Elaine, she also uses Family Link, but sometimes it's difficult to use because it doesn't always allow apps that's suitable for them.
Yeah, because you have to set the age restrictions and then have a look at what they want to download and so yeah, you have to very carefully monitor what they download.
Yeah, fantastic. Colleen, tantrum time. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to screen time, especially with my son, the tantrums when I kick him off my laptop because I have to work.
Correct.
And, Melanie, this topic is brilliant. Thank you. Yeah, I must admit, I'm actually quite scared of giving my kids phones. It's taken a lot of thought. My daughter's been begging, I think, for 5 years. Like every Christmas, every birthday, she's like, I want a phone. I want a phone. And I'm like, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. But Lynn, there's something else on there. So it's one thing having something like WhatsApp, WeChat, any of those type of, call it more above board apps that children talk to their friends with. But, then we've identified a lot of apps that we call blacklisted apps. So regardless of what the content is that they're engaging with online, we send you an immediate alert. So that's something like Tinder, right? Or it's something like, I don't know if you've heard about Omegle. Yeah, so it's big. So something like Omegle. Omegle is a website that a lot of our kids are using. And it's about matching with a random stranger online to talk to him. It's the same as anonymous chat for two. There are so many of these apps, and I've personally tested so many of them. I've tested probably 30 of these apps, and on average, it takes 3 to 5 messages from hi. I usually say I'm 14 years old because at 14, 15, because I want to see what the experience would be like for a 14 or 15-year-old. Usually say I'm 14 or 15, I'm still in class. I usually say I'm in Cape Town. And then it takes between 3 and 5 messages from that to jump to explicit sexting, pornography. Let's jump to Snapchat. A lady the other day said to me, why don't you join me on this site where we can chat further? I clicked on the link, and just by clicking on that link, got exposure to the most explicit porn you won't believe. So I was horrified by that, by any of that. So what we then decided was to make what we call these blacklisted apps. So regardless of what your child is saying, he could be talking about his dog. We believe that you should know about it. So that's also alerts that will come through.
That is so scary. I know okay, I won't say who. Someone close to me tried Tinder, an adult, and she said it's just like a quick bang app. Basically, it's not a dating app. It's people just trying to find casual sex. And I'm like, oh,
absolutely. Yeah. Horrific. But a lot of our kids want to give it a try, and although the problem with a lot of these apps are, although they're rated for 16 plus, 18 plus, if they lie about their age when they register, then, they're free to use the app.
Yeah. Well, what I've done is I've set up my daughter an email on my son doesn't have an email address yet, but my daughter has an email address on my domain. So she can't change her password. and I haven't actually been in there, but anything, I mean, obviously you're going to get emailed the confirmation. So she's got access to her email, but she can't change her password or anything. And I've got access to that email if I want it. So that's what I've done so far. I think on my husband's laptop, she's got her email on there. And that's purely because when they watch YouTube videos, I don't want them on my YouTube, because then I open up my YouTube and I'm expecting to see all my videos that I like come up on my thing. And I've got all this like Minecraft gaming and these, and then I've got to say I'm not interested in all that stuff. And then when they go onto my YouTube later to watch, they say all the videos that I usually watch, they're like, not interested. So I've added that on my husband's laptop so that she can do that. And she can also have email to, access to email her teachers when it's, if it's lockdown or something like that. But so I've got that so far. So anything that she wants to join is going to go there. But
exactly.
And we've got Lindsay Ann that says she doesn't want to scream like a banshee when her son doesn't listen. I'm going to love that. Like, this is your screen time. And I say that to them as it is. But I mean, you say you've got 1 hour and then you got to get off the laptop. And then it's like 45 minutes later.
Exactly.
And I'm exhausted and irritated. And then they throw a tantrum. And I'm like, you got 1 hour and 45 minutes. What's the problem? So, I think I'd rather just like to hear that gasp of shock as it just shuts down. I think I'm going to get a real kick out of that.
Exactly.
Awesome. Okay, Elaine says, and you have to authorize every app which is downloaded, even after setting the age restrictions. Yeah, fantastic. I'm going to enjoy that. Melanie wants to know what special features does FYI Play It Safe have?
So it's got, I think the three that I'd like to highlight is one, that you don't have to worry about new apps being installed and that you don't know about the risks of every single app, because we monitor everything by default, right? Because we look at the screen of the phone. The second one is that if your child creates a new social media account, a new Instagram account, a new Facebook account, and all of a sudden, he switches between the accounts because he knows the one you have access to, fortunately we pick that up as well. So you don't have to worry about that type of risk. And then the third one is really, it is so easy to install. It is so easy to use, and using that in combination with the parental control app, you're good to go.
Okay, that's fantastic. And what if, I suppose that will be set in the app side. Because like, for example, I don't want my kids on social media yet. I don't mind them watching a bit of YouTube videos, but I don't want them to go onto Facebook or Instagram or, Snapchat or anything like that yet. So within FYI, would I set that, or do I use Google Family Link for that?
You'd use Google Family Link to say they don't have access to those apps. And FYI, if there's any inappropriate content that happens on those apps, that will be flagged to you via FYI Play It Safe.
Okay, perfect. I love it. Let's see here. Checking. Measy says, my device, my rules, 100%. And then Leslie Ann says her son is 15 and it's all about being alone and don't do things independently. Yeah. Taki's got age restrictions set on her phone. Lewis, how do I pronounce that? Lewis. Yes, lovely, interesting information. And Elaine is saying her son's 15 and they spend more time alone in their rooms. I'm sure that's
absolutely going to be teenagers.
Yeah. Melanie's agreeing, the kids are so much smarter than us at technology. They're coming to me with all this stuff and how does this work? How does that work? And I'm like, what? And they're like, didn't you have this app when you were a kid? I'm like, you have no idea. Yeah, brilliant. Robin, awesome. Are the kids able to uninstall the app from their own device, or can it only be done from her device? That's a good question. So, I mean, if you add the FYI app, Can they just go in there and say like, whoop, don't want mommy here?
They can. So because of protection of personal information, right? We're processing children's information, and you need to give them that out. But the control we've built in is as soon as they uninstall the app or unbind the parent device, the parent will know about it. So we do send an alert. We are working on something else where if the child wants to uninstall the app, he has to apply for it. But yeah, we need to work with the Protection of Personal Information Act as well on this. Also, before you can bind the device, we need to get the child's consent to be monitored.
Okay, so this is going to bring up a good topic that you've mentioned to me, and I think my mother mentioned it to me as well. And that is, if you want a phone, you sign a contract. So, I tell my kids, these are the rules, blah, 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 in one ear, out the other ear. So what you mentioned to me is before they get the phone. So I said, you can have this phone, but this is our contract and these are the rules. And if you want to use this phone, it will have FYI, it will have Google Family Link. These are going to be all the boundaries that are going to come in conjunction with the benefit of having a phone. If you don't want to sign this contract, it's fine, but then you don't get the phone. So what are some of these things that, I know you're still busy with it, but what are some of the things that you would advise moms put in this contract?
So we're actually working on this contract, and Len, I'll make it available to you and your group. But things to consider are, no phones in your rooms overnight. So if you get them sneaking a phone into a room, that's a hard no. Things like adequate screen time and what they use the phone for. So I will not use the phone for. And things like bullying, I will consider what I put out there. I will consider what type of pictures I take with the phone. I will consider what type of messages I share. I come back to that principle. Is it necessary? Is it the truth? Is it kind? If it's not those three things, you don't put it out in the open on a chat group. So things like that are definitely included in the contract. And I like the idea of access to a phone rather than your own phone, because there's a big difference to that. When it comes to restrictions, when it comes to healthy boundaries, and in the end, if you have to enforce rules and take away a phone, it was in any ways not your child's phone to start with.
100%. And I think maybe what would be a really important point to hammer home with our kids is I think they don't understand quite the consequences of what could happen when you put stuff out there. So you take one inappropriate picture, you put it in a group, and then you realize, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that, and you delete it, but it's gone. And
it's gone.
You cannot get that back. And you've got no control over what happens. Who was that woman, Margaret something or other? Oh, my word, who put a lot of pictures.
Margaret.
You're supposed to send it to her husband. And she put it into the class group.
Exactly.
I felt for that woman. I was like, oh, my word. But the point is, never send anything online that you don't want the whole world to see, because you just don't know what's going to happen. If someone steals your phone or someone, and I think that's important for our children, that something you put out now at the age of 10 could be haunting you at the age of 60.
Absolutely. And I think it's not even just, putting it out there, but having inappropriate pictures on your phone, is also, even in the cloud, things can get hacked, your phone can get stolen, and then your pictures are out there. And then I know we don't like to talk about the topic, but if you have a nude from your boyfriend, or anything on your device, and that child is under the age of 18, you are in possession of child pornography. It is as easy as that, as simple as that. So we have to be so careful of what we have on our phones. Even if I take a picture, I have to realize that that picture is as good as could be out there, because you just have access to that. and someone else can have access to that if they steal your phone, or that gets, into the wrong hands.
Yeah, 100%. And from my side, I've had a friend where we went for a play date and stuff. I mean, an old friend from school days. And then my kids got in the bath with her kid, all that. She took a photo and put it up on Facebook later. And I mean, it wasn't showing the lower genitals, but it was showing the top of them. And I'm like, first of all, I don't really, even though I'm a blogger, I hardly ever put any photos up on my personal thing. And while I put photos of my children up sometimes on my blog, it's always from the back of their head, or they're looking down like this, so you can see their hair but not their face. And I know I've got a lot of friends that don't allow anybody to take photos of their own children, even if they don't, so I can't take a photo of their kids, even if I don't put it up online anyway. And I think this is very important as well, to just take photos of your kids and put them up everywhere. And the safety aspect, the amount of people I see taking photos of their kids.
Exactly.
First day of school, with the school in the background and their kids' names. And I'm like, peeps, don't do that. I mean, it's just a recipe for disaster. And in fact, I lose out on quite a lot of work on my blog because they say, we want your children in this or in that. And I say, they can wear your shoes.
Yeah.
I'll take the photo from behind. Or I'll take their feet. I'm happy to put their feet up, but you're not going to get their face.
Exactly.
And they're like, no, we want your cute kids.
Exactly.
We want their face. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to make money through putting my kid's face out there. So I think it's really important to just consider, like my daughter was in the bathroom one day and she says, oh, my friends and I are going to play with, there was this one product that I received that makes gunky gel glitter stuff in the bath.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to get in the bath, we're going to take photos, we're going to take a video. I said, no, you're not. You're not going to do that. You're not going to take your phone into the bathroom. Phones don't go into the bathroom. Okay, I sometimes use my phone in the bathroom, but I'm big. And I'm not taking photos. I'm like playing solitaire on the toilet while I hide from my kids. Sorry, truth bomb. Me time.
Exactly.
But I'm trying to teach them, you don't take your phone into the bathroom. Bathrooms are private places. You don't take photos of your friends, and you don't, and if somebody wants to take a photo of you and you don't want to, you need to say, I'm sorry, you can't take a photo of me. So I think it's a very complex sort of topic that makes me very anxious.
Yeah, absolutely. And it should, there's another film that was made in Australia called The Children in the Pictures, which is about, sexual exploitation of children and how these predators get hold of, photographs and actually get hold of the children and, use them for horrific acts. So that's, if you can ever get your hands on that film, I know it's screening in Australia. I am trying to get that to South Africa as well. It's called The Children in the Pictures. It's a must watch for every single parent. It is, there's like real, it is very disturbing. So I wouldn't recommend you watch it with your kids. But this is definitely, watch that before you post any pictures of your children online.
Yeah, I think another issue that comes up for me, and this is very closely related to mental health, and I've had quite a bit of experience with this online being a blogger, and that is that I've had I work a lot with products, with companies, etc. And I've had people say they want an Instagram post or they want this, and I send them the photo for approval, and they're like, no, we don't want that. It's got to be glossy. It's got to be more picture perfect. And I actually say to them, well, I don't want your money then, because I'm a messy mom. I've got wrinkles, I've got fat rolls, this is how I am. And yes, I can edit it and I can gloss it up more, but I like my photos to be, this is just a mom photo, and I'll put your product in it. But I won't take 5 minutes to gloss it up, because that is what I stand for. And part of this is that I think, and especially with Instagram, is everything is so glossy and picture perfect, and people are not portraying their real lives. They're portraying this fantasy. And I don't want my kids to go on my Instagram. Sometimes they go onto my Instagram and they look at my pictures. I don't want them to go and say, who's the skinny one with your face? And why? I mean, is this from 30 years ago, Mom? You know? And I'm like, actually, I took it yesterday and I chopped out all the pieces that are a bit wobbly. You know, so for me, I want to show my children that what I put out there is what I am. And I think that this is a huge problem with mental health, with children not feeling good enough. And they see what all the other kids are doing and everything looks perfect. I've got the whole thing gives me, you know, eating disorders and mental health and depression and not feeling good enough and lack of self-confidence. All of this stuff is just magnified on social media. So it just makes people feel really, really bad about themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what, you know, it was so refreshing, that campaign that Dove did. I think it was in last year. They did this whole campaign around, you know, presenting who you are and stripping down. It was this, if I recall correctly, there's a YouTube clip on that, and it's stripping down from the point where a picture is posted and removing all those filters, and then seeing, you know, what it does to the actual girl. Yeah, that was very striking.
Yeah, I don't use filters. I don't edit a thing. I take a photo, I crop it down to the size I want. And yes, I do try not get my big fat double chin in sometimes. But, you know, I have posted plenty of photos with a double chin because it's the only photo I had. And I'm not going to say, well, I'm not perfect in that, so I'm not going to put it up. And I think, so it's about teaching our children and making them aware that everything they see online is not always the whole truth or even the truth at all. And also
Absolutely.
ourselves, making sure that whatever we put out there, our children are going to see that as well. So that they need to see that mommy's putting up her real life, mommy's not wearing a mask. And, you know, I think the best way to teach our kids is through being the role model we want to be. And yeah, so that they learn from us.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely.
Perfect. And by the way, I haven't brushed my hair today, but there's actually a reason for that. I usually brush my hair before my live video. I'll get to that just now because I can see my this is all I am neater than I was yesterday, Wednesday, when we did the test, just a little bit neater. So I don't have my nightgown.
No judgment here. No judgment here. No judgment at all.
Yeah, perfect. So Lisa says the kids nowadays, everything's on their phones and internet, and if they don't have data, it's like they're going to die. Yeah, like 100%. You know, when the power goes down and there's no internet, like, never mind the fact I can't have a cup of coffee. These kids are not going to make it for that 2.5 hours.
They won't.
Perfect. We've got Larry again. She's still a novice, but she's sure she'll manage. Yeah, look, I'm going to use the app when I get the phones, and I'm going to be working with Rachel and Google Family Link. Trust me, if I can do it, you can do it. And if I hit any challenges, I'll share about that and how to get it sorted. So I'll go in first. I'll be the guinea pig, and I'll let you know how it goes for me. Melanie says the only time you see the kids when the Wi-Fi is down or if they need to eat something. 100%. Perfect. Let's check out. Okay. Leslie Ann wants to know, how do you convince your kids that this app is best for them without just spying on them?
So I mean, when we were still developing this, I used to pick up my daughter's phone and read through her messages with her sitting there watching me. And she was, every time she was horrified. So when we developed the app, she was, every now and then, she was chasing me to say, how far are you with this app? How far are you with this app? Are you still going to pick up my phone and read through my messages? You know, so explaining to them that, you know, it's really about trusting them with the device, trusting them to have private conversations, as many as they want, but with the surety from you that you'll know if they're in danger. And that to me is the best part of it. So having a chat to them about FYI Play It Safe not being spyware, You won't be able to see what's in the detail of their devices. It's just about flagging when there's dangerous situations.
Yeah, I like that because I don't want to be that mom, that digs in their
Yeah,
stuff and scans every little word. They need that freedom and that independence. So yes, this is going
yeah.
to be fantastic. Elaine says, "Oh man, I don't never know. I think okay, wait. I was trained in this by you guys. Huawei. The only problem,
Well,
I could never pronounce it." So Elaine says the Google Family Link, it doesn't work on Huawei phones. So does your service work on all phones?
our service works on all Android devices. We're busy developing for iPhones and iPad, but it works on, and been thorough tested with specifically with Huawei, Xiaomi, Samsung, some of the Google phones. So any Android phone and tablet, actually, it works with.
Perfect. Okay. Oh, good question here from Robin. She wants to know if she's out of a Wi-Fi zone, will she still be able to see what her kids are doing at that time when she's connected again, or will there be a gap for that time?
When at the time when you as parents, it runs on the child's device. So obviously a lot of what they do is online, right? And if they're online, the monitoring happens. Even if they go out of the child himself now, if they go out of a Wi-Fi zone, we'll just store the data. It continuously monitors. We'll just store the data until we can get hold of the data again. From the parent's perspective, it captures everything. It literally captures everything. So when you get back into a Wi-Fi zone, you open your app and all your alerts, everything will be there. So it's continuous monitoring.
Okay, perfect. Love that. Okay, here we go. Leslie Ann wants to know, does the screenshot alerts mean that the app picks up the suspicious activities on your kid's device? Also, can I link my son's Xbox One?
So the first question, yes, it does mean it picks up any suspicious activity if your child has it open on their screen. So it captures as they progress through the day on their phones, right? So it captures everything on the screen. Unfortunately, we're not on Xbox yet, but it is one that I'll put on. It is one that I'll put on the list for us to develop.
Perfect. Okay, let me check. Melanie wants to know, and I think this was referring to those dodgy apps. How do the kids get to know about those kind of apps?
Remember, they're online, right? They do Google searches, they speak to their friends, friends speak to other friends. So, children get to know about everything through their friends. I mean, I talk to my daughter and I told you she's extreme extrovert. So our talking time is in the mornings when I do the school run. And just every day I learn something new from this child. The other day she told me about words that they use for vaping nowadays. So they don't call it a vape because then everyone knows what they're talking about. So nowadays they use words like shmee, and the parents are none the wiser. So yeah, friends and friends of friends.
Yeah. Oh, here's my buddy from school. Hi, Sarahi. Our boys are in school together. They're in the same class. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday to your boy, Sarahi.
Ah,
I'll send her, you know what, later. She says her son doesn't have a phone. He uses mine. So, yeah, if my son wants to talk to her son, he goes on my phone to talk to him on her phone. that's
I
that's
love
the
that.
safe. Yeah.
I
So my
love that.
daughter also speaks to all of her friends on the mom's phones, and that's where we are now. But we
There we
are
go.
going to move. In fact, finding out about your app when I was talking to Monique the other day, I was like, that is exactly what I need. Because I do
Exactly.
feel, especially my 10-year-old, I think it is. I mean, I don't think that young kids need a phone, but she's getting to the age now where I do think it's right. So I was kind of not too sure. And then when I heard about your app, I'm like, okay, now I'm okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let me see what else we got. Oh, Kusilwe, she bought her daughter a phone last year, December, and honestly, she regrets it. Oh dear. Well, hopefully, with all of this information, you can, make it a little bit easier.
Absolutely. And I think it's, it's just having the right knowledge to protect them. So, it is a big decision when you decide to give your child access to a phone. It's a huge decision. But then the way you talk to them about it, the way you set it up, and the way you then continuously engage with them and in a way control what they have access to and how they use it, that's the key.
Yeah, definitely. Oh no, Christelle, this is something I can see my son doing. Christelle asked her once, what's the CPT? And she told her one thinking it should subscribe by something using her card. Now
They're
that's
clever.
something I would have done as a child. I mean,
They're
I would have
smart.
wiped my parents out, and that I can see my son doing that. So, okay.
Yeah.
See Daisy. Okay, Elaine. We've already answered this question about the phones. It's available on Android. It's available for Huawei. Not iPhones yet.
All
Not
Android.
Apple.
Yeah. All Android phones.
Shani buying phones for kids not a problem. It's when they start opening the links that's not good for them. Yeah, perfect. Well, now you can monitor.
Absolutely.
And be safe. Okay. Laurie wants to know, can the FYI app recover deleted messages like Facebook or WhatsApp? Her kid deletes messages. Well, if your child, you know what I learned, and this is interesting. When I actually worked at a treatment facility for a year after being a patient as the house manager, and I had to check phones one day. So we used to do phone checks with addicts. And I looked at this one phone and I went through it and I said, you're up to something. And he said to me, no, I'm not. There's nothing on my phone. I said, that's exactly it. There's not a swear word. There's only messages to your mommy. And you're up to something. No, I'm not. So then I went to the girls' phones.
Yeah,
and the girls
there we go.
And I went back to him and I said, I got you. So I think if your kid's phone is too clean, I really do think that is also a problem. Because clearly they delete it. So
Exactly.
what's the answer to this?
Laurie, I've got very good news for you because it captures what happens on the device, right? As it happens. So a message that's self-destructing, self-disappearing messages, or things that they delete would have been analyzed already. So you would know about it. You would definitely know about it. So it's not about recovering the deleted messages. It's rather monitoring it online as it happens.
Well, Rachel, there's another whole business angle for you. Contact the rehabs.
That's a good idea, actually. That's a very good idea.
I mean, I had to do phone checks when we were at rehab as the manager. Every now and then I had to check everybody's phones, it was a pain in the butt. But a lot of dangerous addictive behavior happens online. People get addicted to phones. They get addicted to phones, sex, pornography. When you're in rehab, you're not allowed to start a new relationship or flirt with anybody. Of course, if somebody's ordering drugs, WhatsApping their dealer, it would be a fantastic thing for you to offer.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking into that.
No, I think it's fantastic. I mean, I would have loved that. It would have saved me so much grief just to whoop, here. Ooh, naughty boy, exactly. I'm coming to you. Nabila says, my 3-year-old figured out our phones and our passwords.
Yeah, exactly.
They do. Okay, let's just see here. Leslie Ann loves the idea of the contracts. Yeah, so do I. Tanya's asking, how much screen time should I give my 1-year-old who is obsessed with Coco Melon?
It's a difficult one, right? For me, it was all about when my daughter grew up, it was all about education. So I allowed her very limited access to screen time that was not educational. But I wouldn't, a 1-year-old chooses, I wouldn't push it past 15 to 20 minutes in any given day, because it does influence how their brains develop. There's a lot of articles and actual research that was done on this.
Okay, fantastic. I didn't know the answer, and I think it was complicated. That's why I kept quiet. Leslie Ann had huge problems with her son with bullying, and she doesn't want him to keep quiet. Yeah, I think that's a huge concern of mine. In fact, I was letting my daughter chat to people on Minecraft, and she came to me and she said, "Mommy, there's a woman that's going to come to my house because I told her that I don't want to talk to her anymore because she's getting a bit funny. Mom, can she find me?" And I'm like, "No, she can't find you, because I've taught them the rules. You don't give out your name, you don't give out your age, you don't give out your address, you don't give out your phone number, you don't give out anything." And she said, "Okay." So I said, "You didn't give her any of that?" She's like, "No." So I said, "Well, then you're fine." But it's very scary what goes on there.
Yeah, exactly. And I think what we're doing with FY Play It Safe is detecting that type of conversations and being able to have a real conversation with your child about, that person who's contacting you on Fortnite or Minecraft or whatever. This is what I'm seeing, and I can assure you that this person is not who he says he is. And as long as you can have that type of conversation, because then you have the real thing in your hand, right? You're armed with the right information.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said to my daughter. I said, if you chatting to a little girl that's the same age as you and got the same likes, I said, chances are like 95%. It's some fat, dirty old man somewhere that is getting some kick out of it. She's like, "Why would he want to do that?" I'm like, "Well, that's a topic for like a whole new conversation."
Yes.
But
exactly.
I said, you have no idea who you're talking to, and you must always assume it's not a little girl just like you. You must always assume
exactly.
And it's hard because I always tell my children, you must always believe the best in people, except when you're online. Then you must assume everybody's out to get you. So she's like, that's confusing.
Exactly. Yeah. But I also, parents ask me, what is the right age to give a child access to a phone? And that's difficult, right? Because children are in different circumstances. They grow up in different type of households. I mean, I gave my daughter access to her phone because we got divorced, her dad and I needed to get hold of her from time to time, and I couldn't get hold of her. But I think, as when your child, I think a good guideline for that is when your child can distinguish between what feels comfortable and what feels uncomfortable. So you can explain to them that concept and they really grasp it, so they can talk to you about when they're feeling uncomfortable in a situation. And when they can grasp the concept that in real life, you look at someone and you can see who he is, versus online, you look at a picture and you don't really know who the person behind the picture is. That give you an idea that they're ready to start engaging online and to start having access to a phone.
Yeah, 100%. Lisa said her little one asked her to buy him a phone. He's 12, but she's scared of things being posted online. And you bought him the one that's for calling only. Yeah, that was something we were thinking about. You can have a phone, honey.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's going to be like 1985. The only difference is it's not attached to the wall.
Exactly. Or even, if they're smaller and you want to give them a device that can, that they can reach you on, then some of these smart watches are not a bad replacement, because you can literally program two numbers in there: call mom, call dad, call whoever, their guardian, and they can still get hold of you, but without giving them access to a phone with all the other online dangers.
Yeah, definitely. Robin, her son bought a subscription through Google Play that was $385. I don't have a password on
Ouch.
my Google Play. You want something? You better get me while I'm sleeping, because you've got to take my thumbprint. So that's just some advice for you. So if they're on my phone and they try to buy something, it doesn't go through without my thumbprint. But I don't think they've figured that out. They just see me touching it. I don't make a thing that it's my thumbprint, because if they figure that out when I'm sleeping, they might get me. But it's easier than just, going straight through. Okay. Robin very quickly deleted her card info from Google. Oh, no.
Good.
Let's see, I'm looking for more comments. Robin, she says her daughter was approached on Roblox asking what color her skin was and her hair, how old. Oh, no. Ah.
Exactly. So I had a call from a parent the other day. The daughter was playing one of these one of these online word building. It's similar to a Scrabble type of game, but one of those games. And someone started chatting to her, and all of a sudden she started getting the strangest WhatsApp calls at the strangest hours. And then they had to intervene, and eventually, obviously through motherly investigation, found out that she started trusting this guy. So she gave away her phone number, her real name, which schools she went to. So it's scary out there. You have to educate your children.
Well, that's a biggie, because my daughter, with the woman that was saying she's going to come to our house and get her and stuff, I said to my daughter, but why are you, what's going on here? How long have you been talking to her? No, I thought I could trust her. We've been talking for about a year online. And I said to you, but that's exactly what they do. They don't contact you and within 5 minutes threaten you or ask you for your phone number. They groom you for a year. They get your trust. And then they go for you, because then you trust them. I said, it doesn't matter if it's not someone face to face, you don't trust them ever. Not 5 years time, not 5 minutes. You just don't trust them. So, and I think it's something that's got to be hammered into them. And I think often they're going to learn the hard way, unless you've got something in place.
It's the scary way.
Shimona said her daughter played Minecraft and Roblox, but she decided it was too risky having her talk and interact with people she doesn't know. So she's been phone free for about a month, and she wished she had never been allowed online gaming to begin with. Yeah. My kids are on Minecraft and Roblox, and they do talk to people, but thankfully, my daughter comes and talks to me and my son, whenever anybody says something that makes them slightly uncomfortable. And I think that's something also that needs to be taught to them from early on. Is I've said to my daughter, the woman scared you today, or whoever she is, man, woman. I said, but what about yesterday? Maybe she didn't scare you, but did you get like a funny feeling? Yeah. She's like, yeah. So I said, you need to pay attention to your gut. If something feels off, I'm telling you it's off. And before they hit you with something, they're going to start. They don't just come straight out with the thing that disturbs you. It's a process. And it was really weird. Yeah. Apparently, this girl was talking about her boyfriend and how they were fighting, and they were talking about it. And why she eventually said she's going to come here to get my daughter is because she said, no, then they broke up. So she was saying, I'm so sad because we're fighting, blah, blah. And then apparently they had a breakup. And then the next step was asking my daughter, will she help her get her boyfriend back? I mean, She doesn't know my daughter. My
No,
daughter doesn't know her. My daughter doesn't know her
exactly.
boyfriend. And then,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah,
so she sucked in the whole way through until that point. And then she said, no, I can't help you with this. And then she started getting funny with my daughter. And then eventually she said, no, I'm not
yeah.
helping you. And that's when she said, I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to get you. So
It's
obviously
insane.
she's screaming my daughter for some man. I don't know if she's going to get her to send funny pictures or what the story was. And I said, just so go back right to the beginning. So you've been talking to this person for a year, but you started getting a funny feeling long before she said she's going to come get you.
Yeah,
If ever you get a
yeah,
funny feeling, you block that person and you report them and you talk to me and move on. So
yeah, absolutely.
there was definitely something that was going on there. So that was pretty scary for us. But like I say, she was talking to me the whole way. So, but of course, you're not always going to find out about that from your child.
No, exactly. Yeah, and it also, that's why we have open communication. Whenever something happens, I know she talks to me. It's one of those things, that growing up we could talk about everything really. And I think that gives me a lot of comfort, to know that if there is that type of situation, she will come and talk to me. And I think, that is the basis for everything we do, is that good relationship with your child.
Yeah, 100%. Cool. Oh, and then Leslie, a good comment here. She says they can play on someone else's phone, teach them. And I think that's
Absolutely.
vital because my daughter went to school in grade 1. She's now in grade 5. And there was a kid there with a tablet with full internet access, 3G, no blocks, no nothing, and showing inappropriate content. And I stormed into the school like a woman on a. I was very upset. And I went straight to the principal. I said, I don't give my child a phone because I don't want her having access to a phone. And I pay a fortune to your school. And she comes here and she sees disturbing stuff at break on some grade 1's tablet. Like, how inappropriate. So I think, there's just so many aspects to this and so much stuff we have to look out for.
100%. 100%.
Cool. I'm going to take the last question. Robin, is there a way we can report the people making these comments through the app? So I'm just going to say if it's Roblox or Minecraft, yes, you can report. But I think you're meaning, can you report something through FYI?
No, so not through FYI. We just make you aware of it. But then you will be able to, obviously, because you know what the timestamp was and you know what the type of conversation was, you can go back into that chat and go and report the person.
Okay, so you can report it through the specific app that they're doing the activity on, and you're alerted through FYI.
Correct.
Fantastic. Correct. Okay, I'm going to grab a winner. I've already got somebody, but now I've got to go find her. Oh man, there's so much. Selware. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Please inbox me at Kaboki on my Facebook page with your email address, and I will put you in contact with Rachel. You have won the 1-year family subscription to FYI. Congratulations. I chose you because you said in the comment you really got your kid a phone last year, and it's the worst mistake you made. So I'm going to try and help you rectify this and put things right so that your child has a phone and you have peace of mind. Congratulations. Awesome. Rachel, thank you so much for joining me. It has been very educational. I'm really looking forward to learning more and starting to use your app when the time comes. You're welcome to hang on to chat. I'm going to be brushing my hair. It's going to be really weird and talking about all sorts of stuff.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Lynn, for having me, and thanks to everyone. It was real great conversation. If you want to know more, if you're struggling to get started with FYI Play Safe, please just get into contact. We have the contact us pages on the website, Instagram DM, Facebook direct message, or just send us an email. Please, very happy to help. Thanks, Lynn, again for the opportunity. Bye.
It's a pleasure. Thank you. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Awesome. Fantastic. I learned so much. And like I say, I'm feeling a lot more safe and secure now moving forward. So just don't forget to go to my Instagram, where I haven't been very active because I have been burnt out and tired. I'm going to start posting there a lot more moving forward. But there's my Instagram link. That would be really helpful for me to gain more followers, more engagement. Awesome. So I'm going to Cape Town this weekend. I'm going to go see my sister, my cousins down from UK, and I'm going to meet up with Rachel from Meet the Neutrals, and she's going to give me some products for hair. And she said it's helped her with hair loss. She said her hair falls out all over the place. It also helps with growing your hair and the condition of your hair. And that is why I didn't brush my hair this morning, because when I saw her post on Instagram, I'm like, I need that stuff. So I've got my hairbrush here. You'll notice it's a typical mom hairbrush because it's broken. So all my hairbrushes are either lost or the handle is broken. So excuse my mom brush, but I want to brush my hair and show you. So I've just pulled my hair band out, and I don't know if you can see, but it's covered in here. And yeah, so my hair goes through stages of falling out. Like, I mean, look there. I don't know if you can see all of that. Can you see it? I mean, it's like a chunk of hair that's come out, and it disturbs me. So I have to often wear my hair tied up when I go through these phases, because I get chunks and chunks of hair falling out. And like, I brush my hair before I get in the shower and wash it. Look here, I'm like a doggy. I've just got hair everywhere. So now you can see, I'm just going to pull all this out, and then you'll really see it. So my hairbrush was clean. There you go. You can see that. That is a chunk of hair. So apparently her product should help with this. And I'm going to be meeting her this weekend to grab those products. I feel better. My hair's brushed. Okay. So dust myself off. I have to also tie my hair up when I cook. Otherwise, I dish the food up, I put it on the table. Everyone's like, ew. Okay, so I don't know if it's just me or if you guys have got the same problem. But no thanks. Okay, so I'll catch up with you. I think Chantal is going to come live with me next week, Friday. We just have to discuss a few things first, and I'm going to get the products today. I was hoping to get it in time for the live video so I could show you the product and unbox it, but unfortunately, I'm only getting it from her either this afternoon or on Sunday. So, yeah, I'll update you on that next week. Okay, and let me see, what else do I have? Got that. Oh, okay, so next thing is, and this is quite exciting. I'm going to take that take off. I'm going to put that one on. Okay, so it's the CHOC flip-flop day coming up on the 18th of February. CHOC is the Childhood Cancer Foundation, and every year they do flip-flop day, and that involves buying a 10 Rand sticker, from P&A, and the proceeds go towards supporting children with cancer. And you get to wear your flip-flops on the 18th of February. And just note, I actually wear flip-flops every day because I'm like a total flip-flop person. And if I'm at home, even in winter, I wear my flip-flops. I just kind of make a little groove, put my socks on, and then I push it in between the toe, and I wear my flip-flops. Ta-da! So I got something from them, and I'm going to assume that it's a pair of flip-flops. And it's just in time because my flip-flops kind of got a bit broken. I tripped down the stairs and then broke my flip-flop. I could have killed myself, but I killed my flip-flop. So not too bad. Okay. Whoop. Yay! I'm going to be publishing a post on Monday with a giveaway. So right now you can join in the comments. You can win a 500 Rand P&A voucher. And next week I'll be publishing the press release from them. And that will also have a competition on my website for another 500 Rand P&A voucher. Flip-flop day! Yay! Okay, stand together with Flippy by buying your sticker for 10 Rand so that the brave children and teenagers of CHOC Childhood Cancer Foundation will never stand alone again in their fight against childhood cancer, 18th of February, 2022. Boom. So you can also buy flip-flops from P&A. It is Plucky's brand. And I don't think it's at every P&A. It'll be in my press release, the details. And then, so the 10 Rand sticker goes towards the foundation, the fundraiser. And then also, I think 50 Rand per sale of flip-flops goes to the fundraising event. And I'm so excited. Hey. Plucky flip-flops. I can check out my old ones now. This is fantastic. It's just what I needed. And I'll definitely be wearing my flip-flops on. Ooh, and here we go. Here's my sticker. Flip-flop day. So I'm going to wear my sticker and I'm going to wear my flip-flops on the day. So watch out for that next week. Ooh. Okay, so I don't know how everybody else's week has been. I'm just going to take that down. This week has been absolutely insane. I don't know why I keep thinking that things are going to get quieter and easier to cope. But this week has been, I went to the dentist. I don't know if I said before, but half of my tooth fell out last year in November. And of course, my medical aid was such, I was waiting for my medical aid to kick in, my savings this year. So I got a new tooth. Yay! On Wednesday. Today is the gala. It's one of the kids' birthdays in my son's class. It is my son's teacher's birthday today. It's crazy hair day. Yesterday was a Valentine dance. Monday is Valentine's Day. So it is a class picnic and there is just stuff coming out of my ears. So yeah, it is not being quieter. How has your week been? Has it also been absolutely insane? Let's see where we are. Oh, I need to go right down to the bottom. See. Oh, there's so many comments. I'm going to have to come back and reply to all of those. Laurie, you made it through the live with your 5-year-old. The live's not finished. There's still more to come. That was the guest. But you're always welcome to catch up later. Snap and save. I'm getting there. I'm very excited about that. I just want to see if anybody's saying anything about hair. Laurie, your scrunch is always full of hair. And Kelly, you're also having hair loss. Melanie, it happens to you. Tanya, you've got the problem. Okay. Elaine, your hair also happens with your hair and your hair is thin. Colleen, okay, so the comments are flying in about Giovanni. Oh. Melanie wants to send me a bottle of her stuff. You'll have to wait because I'm going to test this out. But definitely get in contact with me. I'd love to try it out. Robin, you want me to share if it works? Well, I'm going to get it now this weekend and I'll start using it immediately. And then next week, Friday, I'll brush my hair and I'll wait until the live video to brush it. and then we'll check it out. So yeah. Tanil, your husband calls you Chewbacca because your hair's all over. Oh, okay. So there are so many. Ooh, and Robin, you've got your sticker already. I am so happy to hear that. Fantastic. Melanie, you love your flip-flops. You also love it. Okay, so we got some flip-flop fans. So 18th of February is the day. Make sure to go down to P&A, get your sticker. And yeah, absolutely fantastic. Robin, you also wear flip-flops. I know I wear my flip-flops out. I just don't go out with socks and flip-flops. Although if I'm doing the morning lift in winter and I don't have to get out my car, I keep my socks and flip-flops on. So yeah. Elaine, you've bought your stickers. Oh, fantastic. I'm so happy. Yeah, I think it's a really good initiative. So yeah, fantastic. Okay, so let me see here. I actually published a press release. Oh no, I didn't publish a press release. I'm going to publish the press release. That's going to happen probably Monday, Tuesday. Okay, so let's have a look. Let me talk about Snap and Save, and then I'm going to announce the winner for the P&A voucher. So Snap and Save, I got an exciting email this week. I am a super snapper. I heard people mentioning that before in the live video, but I didn't know that it was actually a thing. I thought they were saying I'm a super snapper. But super snapper is actually a whole thing. I got an email from them during the course of this week. I shared it on Facebook. And it said, congratulations, you're a super snapper. You have snapped more than 10 times in this month or over a period of a month. And it unlocks exclusive discounts. And some of the discounts that I saw this week, 8 Rand back on any bath foam. You know how I like my bubble baths. So I went and I bought that yesterday. 7 Rand 50 back on any flowers. Hello, Valentine's Day, Monday. 79 Rand back, Herbal Essence shampoo and conditioner. 75 Rand back, Gillette Fusion 5. That's for the handle and 2 cartridges. And Pampers Premium Diapers, 30 Rand back on various sizes. Now, I don't have a baby anymore, but if I had a baby, I'd be like so there. So, yeah, it's really worthwhile to snap more than 10 times. You get some amazing discounts. So, if anybody wants to sign up to Snap and Save, here's my link, and you can use my code. It doesn't actually do anything for you signing up that way, but it gives something for me. I get a referral. So please use my link and stuff. And I also wrote a review on Snap and Save. And I'm going to add the link. So you can also win a 500 Rand cash prize to your Snap and Save wallet on my review. So I'm just popping the link to my review in the comments. So you can go check that out. You can see how it all works, and you can enter the competition. So I find that very exciting. And then I've got something to unbox, and I have absolutely no idea what it is. So I received this yesterday. And I have no idea what it is, what company it's from. I know the PR company it's from, but I don't know what it is. So I'm going to open this up. I like it when I receive something that I don't know is coming and I don't know what it is. It just, I don't know. I love opening up boxes. So much fun. This one's wrapped tight. Okay. Should be able to get it out now. Ooh. Okay, the Green Planet. That is so awesome. So last week what I did as well is I watched a live event got to do with the Green Planet. It's with David Attenborough. And yeah, it was so amazing. They showed some of the clips and stuff. It was absolutely fantastic. I don't actually join in a lot of live events because it's it takes up a lot of my time, and I've got work to do and my schedule and juggling and everything. So it starts this Sunday, 13th of February, 4 p.m. BBC Earth, DSTV channel 184, The Green Planet. The live event was really so interesting. they explained how, like, for example, the one shot took 3 years to film. What's it called? When they film something over a long period of time, a time lapse. I got it myself without any help. So they did a time lapse shot, and the filming took 3 years to do. And it was some cactus. It took, like, I think it was a cactus or something in the desert. 3 years to film that shot. It was absolutely incredible. And the way that they explained it is that the plants aren't just these kind of things that do nothing. They fight for survival. It really is awesome. And you've got to go watch it. So let's see what's in the box. Looking at it, I don't know how to open it. I'm feeling very, very dumb. Oh my gosh, I've got a box that I can't open. It's so bad. There we go. Ooh. Okay. Cool. So it's some papers. Oh, and it's a little guess who game. Oh, it's like, I think it's family games. So the Battle of the Plant Heroes, guess who, spot the plant hero. Oh, this is going to be so much fun for me to do with my kids. And then it's got these. I'm not sure exactly what they are. Special powers. Fire lily. Oh, plant me. Oh, lovely. Okay, so these are all plant papers. I absolutely love that. It's beautiful. Okay, cool. It's so much fun. Oh, and a seed pack. I love them. My kids love this sort of thing. So I've got 4 of these. I'm going to do some gardening. Gardening is one thing that I love doing. I'm just not very good at it. I usually kill more than I grow. Sorry, David Attenborough. Anyway, I'm going to be publishing a press release on the Green Planet as well. I've seen it hit my inbox. So, yeah, that'll be lots of fun. Let's see here. Robin, you feel like it's April already. I know, and I was speaking about how I felt so overwhelmed, and then December came and I was so burnt out, and I was waiting for the kids to go back to school and then get back into routine. But it's just been like bing, 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 everything after everything. So, yeah, we'll see. Robin, yes, definitely hectic, and you're a busy mom. Yeah, and we're organizing a class party for my son's teacher for Monday. And now I realize that I've got to get cupcakes, but I don't know if there's going to be cupcakes available on the Sunday at Checkers. And I'm going to Cape Town, so I'll be back late Sunday. So I don't know if I'll make it to Checkers. And then I don't know if they'll be available first thing in the morning, because I think the deliveries probably come. So I might spend Sunday night baking cupcakes. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll find some in Cape Town. Yeah. Oh, Giovanni, also a very mental draining week. Yeah, I'm with you 100%. Melanie, it's your granddaughter's 2nd birthday today. Oh, happy birthday. And I'm so sorry she can't spend it with you. Oh no, Tanya's baby has diarrhea with 2 teeth coming out. It's probably the 2 teeth that's causing the diarrhea. So, Robin, we want a holiday. I totally want a holiday, but our school's having a midterm break next week. So it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Obviously, Saturday, Sunday, no school, but it's going to be a long weekend next weekend. But that means I've got to make a plan for next week's live with my kids. And Monday, so I'm losing 2 days of work, and I've got my kids. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'll still be here next Friday, but I might have sidekicks coming and disturbing me. Lisa, my weekend's going to be lit. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. I'm really looking forward to it. I don't see my sister that often, every few months, so we're going to go stay with her. Okay. Danica, she loves Snap and Save, and she's but she's been slacking lately. You must get your 10 slips snapped. You've got to do it. Robin, problem with Snap and Save is you end up buying something you didn't need because there's lovely cash back. I don't do that. I plan what I do now is I look at Snap and Save, and then I plan my shopping list for the week. So, for example, there were specials on fish fingers. So instead of buying pieces of fish, I bought fish fingers for that night. So I do change and chop it slightly. And also, like, I have seen that there's some things, I think the one was butter. I think you got 2 Rand or something, or 5 Rand off butter. But the butter that the brand that was on offer was 20 Rand more expensive than the other brand. So I didn't bother. I just bought the other brand instead. So you do need to pay attention, and I can see that it's kind of addictive seeing your money go up, but I'm trying not to get into that trap. So I go for the things, there are certain things that I buy that are on offer that are more expensive than other brands, but it is because it's my preferred brand. So then I do buy that. Yeah. And you can't wait to come home after shopping for Snap and Save. Laurie, you must get it. It is absolutely fantastic. And it's building up really, really nicely for me. And I cashed out once to check the cash out process, and make sure everything works nicely for my review. And now I'm going to let it build up so that I can cash out, like over Christmas or something like that. Laurie, you would love a mystery box. Yeah, it's so much fun. I love it when they just send me something and don't tell me it's coming. Giovanni. Yes, I love unboxing. It's so awesome. But then, it arrived 2 days ago, and so did the choc delivery. So, so it's been sitting there waiting for my Friday live, and then I'll look at it every day. Okay. Danica, you love the seed packs. Candace, you love gardening. Yeah, me too. It's like my thing. Yeah, it's definitely a skill. And my kids love it. They love those little, I remember Checkers had similar thing. What was it called? Little growers or little, I don't know what. But yeah, they really, really love that. So they're going to help me with that. Giovanni, you also don't have green fingers. Yeah, the guy at the nursery asked me last year, he's like, wow, you must have a big garden. I'm like, no, I only have a few pots outside my front door and my store. But I kill a lot, so I come back to replenish and replace. Oh, little garden, Laurie, thank you. Yes, little garden. Yeah, loads of fun. Melanie, get the kids in the live as well. My husband's not keen on it, and I don't like putting my kids on live that much, but they might just pop in, where I can't control it. So, yeah. How is Judy? Judy's doing really well. I've seen that she's been doing her own lives now that I've prepared her and gotten her used to it, which is fantastic. I haven't actually watched any of them, so I don't tell Judy. And they've all had COVID and they recovered okay. So it was a bit of a strain in their house. Poor little Hamish had it. But yeah, they're doing really, really well. Oh, Elaine, you're saying you wish Snap and Save would change it so that cash out back to ATM withdrawal is possible. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the only cash out method at the moment is to your bank account. Melanie, thanks for helping me with the Y-Sense problem. It's an absolute pleasure. I'll talk about Y-Sense soon. I don't know what else I've got to discuss. So fun. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so now that I've done my mystery unboxing, Elaine van Hastien, you are going to get the 500 Rand P&A voucher. So just pop me an inbox on Facebook and give me your email address. I can get in contact with you. Just take note that as soon as I'm finished this live video, I've got to try to get to my kid's school at 11 a.m. to watch him swim in the gala. Then I've got to pick my kids up, come home, pack, and get to Cape Town and meet Chantel. So I'm probably not going to be responding to anything maybe until even Monday. So if you inbox me, don't expect an immediate response. I will contact you as soon as I can. Awesome. So you've won the 500 Rand P&A voucher. Congratulations. And let's see what else have I got. I put the pineapple marshmallow pie recipe on my website, and I was going to share it in last week's live, and I completely forgot. Now, where is my pineapple pie link? Oh, I didn't get it ready. I'm going to go get it for you quick. Pineapple. So this recipe, my husband has been begging me almost since we got married for this pineapple marshmallow pie. I've never heard of something, quite honestly, it sounded just weird. I don't like marshmallows. I like pineapple. I mean, I'll eat it, but I'm not like a pineapple fan. And it just sounded really, really odd. And he begged and he begged. And I said, yeah, I'll do it sometime, you know. And after a decade of marriage, I decided it's time for me to make my husband his pie. And oh my gosh, I should have done it years ago. It was so delish. The whole family loved it. Even though the ingredients are like a really, really weird mixture, it comes out beautiful. So I've just put the link in the comments. It'll come up soon. And if you're interested in trying a pineapple marshmallow pie, go and try that out. I've still got more recipes that I need to add to my blog. I made some cocoa muffins the other day, and I also made a malva pudding, which came out really, really nice. Hopefully, I'll get those up during the course of this week. So that is definitely something you want to watch out for. And then let me see. Okay, I do have other competitions on my website. I've got the Haida Labo Tokyo hamper, which is the beauty products, the skincare range. I'm just putting the link to that competition up. So yeah, it's got some really fantastic stuff. It is super hydrating, really high quality products. And you see, I've got these as well. I don't have all of it because remember, like I shared, my husband stole a whole stack of it. That's how good it was. My husband stole my skincare range. Oh. Yeah, so this is really good for older skin, for the 40 plus like me. It really has been making a difference. My skin feels so nourished and so fantastic. I'm going to be very sad when this runs out. So you can go and enter those competitions. Oh, let me go get my other banner. Where's my other banner? Boom. I've just changed it at the bottom. Now you can win a 250 Rand Checkers digital voucher. So join the discussion and I'll announce that winner soon. What else do I have to talk about? Oh, YSense. So, let me just quickly put in my last competition that's running on my website. So I'm also doing win a Rookie USA hamper to the value of 2,500 Rand. I'm popping the link in here so you can enter that on my website. So we got Robin saying that Woohoo is similar. Woohoo, Waha. Okay, I don't know how to say it. That app is similar for cashback. So I have, I downloaded it and I tried to register and it told me that my email address is, I can't remember what word they used, but it was like, how could you offend me? I don't know, like they said that my email had just been blocked for scamming or I don't know, something. So I really need to contact them and find out what's going on. I am on the other app that Jill recommended that I use. I bought it. So you can do surveys on that app and you can do snap your till slips. And I've already got over 500 points, which is where you can cash out. However, I wanted the Take A Lot voucher and there's none available. So I'm going to wait until Take A Lot vouchers are available, or perhaps if airtime becomes available again. It used to be available. Now they've got exclusive books. They've got sorbet. They've got, I don't know what else, something else. But it's not a shop that's close to me. So I'm going to hang on tight for that. Robin, I seem like a tech guru. I am not a tech guru. Don't let anything fool you. Like everything I've learned to do online has been a huge pain in the ass. It has been, I mean, not everything. I mean, some of the things are quite easy to learn, but there's other things that may look easy, but it has caused me like the biggest headache. And yeah, I think I maybe look quite a bit scatterbrained because I'm looking for stuff on my computer and I don't know where I am. Yeah, that's just how things are. That's it. Awesome. Okay, so let me go to YSense. Okay, so I'm not going to go too much into this because I've really got to fly. Oh, my marshmallow pie link didn't want to go through. I don't know if you guys can see the link or not, but the marshmallow pie didn't want to go through. I'm just going to pop my marshmallow pie in already because it's really nice. Robin, your husband asked for this as well for so long that he ended up making it himself, and it was delicious. So you're saying I should have held out for another 10 years and he'll be making me pineapple marshmallow pie. Okay, well, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Okay, so YSense is an online survey site. It's an online pay-to site. So you can get paid to take online surveys, to complete offers, to play games, and also to refer people. And I have made, I don't know what I've made, because what you see on my review, I've made more. I'm going to add the review into my comments over here. So that's a review on YSense, and I'm just going to go into it and I'll tell you what I've earned. YSense. I'm actually just going to share my screen with you so you can see it while I'm looking at it. Share screen. Share screen. Okay, so here's my YSense dashboard. My lifetime total I've earned is $1,821. My available balance is $65. So that's what I can cash out right now if I want to. I've made $55 for the month. Last month I made $161. Today 63 cents, and yesterday $4.89. So I think I'll cash out. There's something going on with PayPal that there's, you can see it says we're currently experiencing processing delays with PayPal, and we are working as quickly as possible to process all pending orders. We apologize for the inconvenience and thank you for your patience. So you can cash out via PayPal, but they are just letting you know that it's going a bit slower than usual. So for that reason, and because I've got the right amount, I can cash out via Payoneer. What did I say? I've got $62. Okay, so I can cash out $52 now. So I'm going to cash that out. So I'm going to cash that out to Payoneer. And then I can either cash out, I've got another $10 in there. So I can cash out via PayPal for $10, or I can cash out an Amazon gift card for $10. I think I'm going to go, I haven't done a cash out via PayPal since they put that notice up. So I'm going to try it and see how long it takes. So I'm going to cash out $10 via PayPal, and then that should be all my money, other than maybe $1 or $2. Okay, so I've got $3 available. So we'll see what I have next week. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing. Next week, I'll tell you how long PayPal took. It usually takes a few days to get from ClickSense to your chosen payout method. And then from PayPal, it usually takes about 5 days when you cash out from PayPal to your bank account. And then from Payoneer, it usually takes 2 days from the time you cash out to your bank account. So my Payoneer money will be in my bank account by next week, Friday. PayPal should usually be, but due to delays, I don't know. If you want to learn more about how to earn more through YSense, I'm just going to pop that post in here, because it's taken me a long time to learn the little things you can do to increase your earnings. And then if you just want to sign up directly, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pop this link in because it's a referral link, but I'm going to try anyway. Let's see if that goes through. Yeah, so the ways that I make money through that site is through completing surveys, through playing games, i.e., my kids playing games on my phone, not me, and through referring people. And it's become a really cool source of income. Ooh, Candace, you're at 800 points for I Bought It, and you're waiting for Pick and Pay to come back on. I didn't know that there was Pick and Pay, so yeah, that's cool. I can also use that. Laurie, you'd love to try the marshmallow pie when you've got the money for ingredients. Yeah, it is absolutely fantastic. The link is working. Oh, Tanya, you are on $60 with Y-Sense. Congratulations. That's fantastic. I love it when I share stuff that works for me and it works for you guys too, and you make lots of money. I know some people are saying that they struggle to make money on Y-Sense because there's no surveys available. But if you read my post on my website, I explain the whole process. When you first sign up with Y-Sense, it is a pain in the arse to qualify for surveys. You're a new member, the surveys go quick. The older members have got more trust factors. So it's kind of, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place when you first sign up, in that the higher your trust factor is, the more surveys are available and the more likely you are to qualify for surveys. But when you first join, you don't have a trust factor. So you got to get a trust factor, but you can't because you don't get surveys. But if you're like a dog with a bone in the beginning and you push and you push and you sign on every day, multiple times a day, and you just try your best, no matter how pointless it seems, there comes a turning point where it starts becoming worth your while. But to get to that point, you've really got to just keep at it. I actually, when I first signed up, I left for 2 years because I thought it wasn't worthwhile and because it irritated me and wasted my time. So congrats, Tanya. I'm really, really happy that you are enjoying it. Melanie, you're also loving Y-Sense. Yay! Robin, you're having trouble opening on your phone the Y-Sense app. Okay, I know that some people have struggled with certain phones. I think it was a Huawei phone. But also you can access it on the website. So you can go on your phone onto their website. But you really do want the app because that's where you get the best games, the easiest games to complete. And you get some offers are only on the app, some are only on the website, some are on both. So if you really want to get the best earning potential, you kind of need both. Also, just maybe just contact Y-Sense and ask them for some feedback. Or you can uninstall and reinstall. Sometimes I find that works with certain apps that are not working for me. Giovanni, you've made slow progress on Y-Sense. Yeah, it is very slow in the beginning, definitely. Emmy, you got one survey on Y-Sense. Congratulations. When you get a few more under your belt, it gets much more easier. Melanie on $3. Fantastic. That's awesome. Danica, yeah, it's a pain in the butt in the beginning, and it really feels like it's just a time waster. But if you can push through that beginning bit, it really does work. Lisa, you're also struggling. Same advice. It's a pain in the butt in the beginning, but if you can push through that, it does get easier. And then I think day before yesterday, I did one survey that was $2.50. Yay! I mean, often they're a lot lower than that. So when you get a nice paying survey that just takes 5 minutes to do, it's really, really awesome. Okay, so for the ladies that are playing games on Y-Sense, there's a new game that I've downloaded that was available called Idle Miner. And that's really cool because the game runs itself. In the beginning, you've got to be a little mining man and you've got to manually do it until you reach level 5 of your first shaft. But then you can hire managers and then the game just runs itself. So what I've been doing this week is I've been opening the game and I just put it next to me while I work. And every now and then I just touch my screen so that my screen doesn't go blank. You know, when the screen does that, it just did it now, where it goes to sleep. So I just touch it every now and then and it just earns me money. I mean, it's not a huge amount of money, but I just leave it over there and I've been making money through that, which is really cool. I don't like the games you've got to sit and play the whole time. Those I give to my kids. But when there's a game that can just run while I'm working next to me, yay. So go check it out if that one is still available for you. Robin, you had no idea you could use Amazon on Y-Sense. Oh, here. Oh, I love Amazon. I love buying from Amazon. Not everything is available to be shipped to South Africa, but I actually wrote the post. Shop at Amazon. I buy regularly from Amazon, and I want to find my post. I wrote it ages ago. Why I love to buy from Amazon, even though I'm in South Africa. So I'm going to pop that in the comment for you there, Robin. Yes, you can. And there's like fantastic stuff that I buy from there that often you can't really find here. There's not a lot of variety. And often you can even buy something from Amazon that works out cheaper, even with delivery fees, import costs, and the US dollar exchange rate. And one of those examples is a couple of weeks back, I bought period panties for my daughter, and a pack of 4 period panties came to 560 Rand with delivery, the product, and the import costs. And the cheapest nice ones I could find here was about 250 Rand a pair, which would have been 1,000 Rand. So I paid half what I would have paid if I paid in South Africa for 4 pairs. So you can get some really, really cool things there. Also, I'm an affiliate of Amazon. So when you read my post and you want to go buy something, click on my link. I earn commission. Awesome. And yeah, I buy stuff. I use Y-Sense and I cash out from Y-Sense to Amazon gift card. And then I use that to make my purchases. So even though it was 500 Rand or 560 in Rands, I didn't feel it because it didn't come out of my South African bank account. It came out of Y-Sense straight to Amazon. So it felt like I was paying nothing. Yay. Awesome. What's Payoneer? Melanie, do you know what PayPal is? Payoneer is basically very similar to PayPal. So it's an international payment processor. So you can cash out, people can pay you in US dollars to Payoneer, and then you can cash it out from there to your bank account in South Africa. And I really like using Payoneer. It's in many ways, I mean, PayPal's fantastic because it's the most widely used, but Payoneer for me is a lot easier to use. And it comes into my bank account much quicker when I cash out than it does from PayPal to my bank account. It's 2 days versus 5 days, which is, it's a biggie when you're waiting for cash. So let's see. Laurie, thank you. I need a way to earn from home. Yeah, 100%. But also take note, I've been with them since 2015. So, I'm a solid earner there. It's taken me a while. But, I think last month I earned $161. That's not bad for extra income for something that I do on the side from home. And it doesn't take up too much of my time now. But I had to build it up to that. So, yeah, it's very possible to do that. Giovanni, you've also got your kids playing games. Yeah, it's fantastic. Robin's asking, have I tried Cashy? It's also money earning. I've downloaded it. Where? Cashy. I don't know if I've done anything in this. I've got 1,800 points, but I think, or coins or whatever it is. That's from signing up. I don't think I've played any games yet. I think the issue is some of the games that I can earn through there, I've already downloaded and earned through Y-Sense. So, and you've got to complete certain things to move to the next level. So when I push that game, I earn through Y-Sense, not through Cashy, because you have to sign up through that one. So I haven't been able to get too far with it. And I've also tried AppFlame. And I've earned, I think it was $2 or $1 or something. But I've got 887 coins, but I haven't really been on here much. So I'll check those out at some stage. Antoinette, thank you for the tips on Y-Sense. It's picking up slowly for her now. Fantastic. I'm so glad to hear it. Danica, you'll give my post a read. Yeah, it is fantastic. Please take note of the tips that I've shared because the beginning is really, really. Oh, Robin, anyone's partner not keen on Valentine's Day? My hubby isn't, so if I don't plan something, nothing happens. Don't even get me started. My husband doesn't believe in dates for wedding anniversaries, for Valentine's, for nothing. He'll buy me flowers every year, and that's it. So I don't have the energy right now for anything. I've bought him a box of chocolates. He'll probably give me a bunch of flowers, and that's our Valentine's Day. Honestly, I get quite resentful, bitter, and yeah. Let's just leave it at that. I am with you 100%. We don't have dates. I mean, if we do, it's once every 2-3 years. It's a royal pain in the butt. So yeah, Tanya, you don't really celebrate. You're going to have a nice dinner with the family. Yeah, I don't even bother with that anymore. It's just another day. So I focus on my kids and getting flowers for their chocolates for their crushes and stuff like that. So yeah, that's really cool. Awesome. I've got to get to the gala. It starts in 4 minutes, and I've still got to get dressed. And so let me choose a winner. I've got. Oh, here we go. Laurie Terry Janasi. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. You've won the 250 Rand Checkers digital voucher. Just pop me an inbox message on my Facebook page with your email address, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Like I've already said, this weekend is going to be crazy. I'm rushing to a gala, then I'm rushing home to pack, and then I'm racing to Cape Town, and I'll be back on Sunday, and then it's just going to be busy again. So I might only get back to you guys on Monday. Have a fantastic weekend. I will catch up with you all soon. I think that's everything I need to say. And if it's not, I can't fit it in. So I'll catch up with you next week. Bye.